Hi, everybody, and welcome to McComb High School as we continue our caravan around Northwest Ohio and West Central Ohio. Mark Coons and Chris Parks here with Chris Algie, the head coach of these McComb Panthers. A season ago, what a run it was for them, all the way to the state semifinals. You had a heck of a senior class last year, came up just a game short of going to Eastern Ohio over in Canton and Massillon. It had to have been a great 2012 for you. Just kind of assess that and just how fun it was. What a ride.
Yeah, what a year for the kids and the coaches and the community. Like we said, we had a really good senior class, and one game away from that state final game, and took Marion Local to triple overtime. And I know it's a game people remember. Didn't come out quite how we wanted it to, but what an accomplishment for those seniors and also the juniors and the whole town of McComb.
Does losing to the eventual state champion take any sting out of that loss?
Not really. I mean, a loss is a loss, and it's tough. It doesn't matter who you lose to. We realized how close we were, and Marion Local got it done that night.
What do you remember most about the postseason there? Obviously the tough loss, 3 overtimes, but just that magical postseason run and so many close games, so many close victories. You beat Delphos St. John's, and a couple other perennial powers. Just kind of reminisce a little bit on that playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, Arlington was one of the toughest games. I mean, to begin with, coming back from them, we played them early in the year and pretty much blew them out. I think 42-0 or 42-7, something like that. And
second game was a lot closer.
Yeah, the second game was closer, and the seniors, and we realized we couldn't take anybody for granted. And then, when we knocked off Calvert up at Lake, that was one of the most memorable games that we remember. We had sort of a close game with them the first game, and then our defense just came and played unbelievable, lights out. And then beating Delphos at Donnell, it's the first time we beat them, and the kids remember that, and the town was pretty excited, and a chance to go down to Wapak and play Marion Local. I mean, the community was all behind us, and it was neat to see the whole town and stuff rally around us.
As you move forward, is it difficult to put 2012 in the past and start focusing on 2013?
I think at first it was because we were so close and the kids worked so hard. But, we had a very good summer, good turnout in the weight room and our speed camps, working on our quickness. And we really try to work that hard here at McComb. And, I think the kids, we kept letting them know we have some kids that played on that team last year. This is your year. This is your team, your season. Last year's done. It's over. And, it's your job to get ready for this 2013 season.
I think a lot of teams around the BBC will look at who you lost. You lost Jerry Brown, Dalton Buck, so many other skill players, but you still bring back a pretty good core of players, maybe not skill guys, but guys on the line, guys that have played a lot of games for you.
Yeah, we have a good core. Our center's back, our right tackle's back. We got Andrew North, who was second team center, and Kenny Beaker played. We have our middle linebacker, Andrew Gibson, who was our running back also. He returns also, and Clay Dysert, receiver / linebacker, D-end. And then we also have Mitch Schrader. He's a good corner and started receiver last year. He's back. Clay Grubb's back on defense. He'll be our quarterback along with Clay Dysert, running a little bit of wildcat formation with him. And so we do have some kids back, and they've got something to prove.
You got a week of practice under your belts. What have you discovered in that week that maybe you didn't know a week ago? Well,
number one, we don't have a lot of depth. Okay, we've got about 37 kids on the team, and we've got a big freshman class. But, we're going to have to be in better shape. We did a lot of 7-on-7s this summer to get your receivers in shape, but your linemen don't do a lot of, the running all the time. And so this camp, we know we're trying to do a lot of conditioning during and after because, we're not going to have the depth we had last year, especially on the offensive line.
As you move forward into the BBC here, it seems like it's a grind every year. You've got the perennials. You guys have been a perennial power. You've got Lipsick. You also have Liberty Benton as well, too. Do you see this BBC kind of shaping up that way again this season?
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that are right up there. I mean, you have, Arlington returns a lot of players. Pandora, I think, sort of one of those teams that they have their whole line back and their quarterbacks back. Van Buren. They're supposed to have a pretty good junior class that were sophomores last year. So I think there's a lot of teams that, depending on health, staying healthy, and that's going to be a key. We have two big games right at the start. Number
Absolutely.
one's Calvert. Calvert returns their whole offensive line and their quarterback. And I know after, we beat them twice last year, they got us on their calendar, and we want to start things off by beating Calvert. And we play them here. It's our last meeting with them, regular season game. After this year, we're going to drop the contract.
Okay.
So, but then we come right back with Liberty Benton. And so back-to-back right away. And then we travel to East Cleveland Tech, which will be a new, that's going to be new for us, and a 3-hour trip, and we'll deal with that. But we're worried about Calvert right now.
Yeah, I mean, East Cleveland Tech, obviously, you had to find a replacement for Hardin Northern. And East Cleveland's come into Findlay last couple of years to play the Trojans. Did that have any connection? Did that help to make that meet up?
Not really. We knew about them by them coming to Findlay. They were not going to travel here. We tried to
tried your best to get them to come here.
Well, just to meet us halfway at Huron or somewhere, but they just weren't willing to do it. It didn't work out for them. We offered to pay for their gas and stuff, but for some reason it didn't. And so kids will get to experience East Cleveland.
As you move forward in the Blanchard Valley Conference, obviously next year you get Riverdale, Hardin, or Hopewell, Loudon, and North Baltimore come in. Do you like where the BBC is moving forward at this point?
Oh, I think so now. I mean, it's unfortunate with Hardin Northern, what happened with them, and just the numbers, because they were a power. I can remember in 2001, or year 2000 football year, we had a $13,000 gate here at McComb. We were both undefeated, and they had a great team, and we had a great team, and you miss that rivalry because they were always going to bring their A game and give it a good game. But unfortunate for them, and hopefully the BVC can move forward and bring some other teams in and keep it going.
That's going to do it for us this segment with Coach Chris Alge here at Macomb High School. Need to take a break. When we come back, more from the Panthers on WOSN.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Mark Kuntz and Chris Parks, two players joining us, two seniors on last year's fantastic run of a team. Clay Dysert here sitting next to me, and Mitch Schrader as well too. Clay, let's start first off with you. 3 offensive positions and a defensive position is what you gave me. It seems like Coach Alge is going to have you all over the field this year.
Yeah, he just throws me wherever he needs me, and I just try to play it.
Yeah, there's kind of a tradition. I mean, you kind of used that a little bit with Jerry Brown last year as well. Just, the idea is get the ball in your playmaker's hands. You relish having that type of role in this year's offense?
Oh, yeah, I think it's fun, and it just gives me more experience in, different places.
Mitch, talk a little bit about the receiving core that you have coming back. Looks like Clay will be lining up probably at receiver a couple times. You're going to be a receiver. What's that group of guys like this season?
Well, we got a lot of experience. We've been playing together for 4 years, and we got quite a few playmakers.
Was it difficult to get over that loss to Marion Local? I mean, obviously a great overtime game that you guys just came up on the short end of. Was that something that kind of stuck with you guys through December and January? Did it take a while to get over that?
Yeah, it was definitely tough, but we just came back in the winter and kept working hard because we know we had to come back here this season and prove ourselves as seniors.
Clay, do you have some guys that maybe past football players from Macomb that are kind of helping you guys out this summer?
Oh, yeah, we've had Andrew D. from Tryon University, Mason Ross playing basketball at Defiance, Jerry Brown, Cody Wilson.
They're all kind of helping come back sporadically, help you guys out. What's their influence like now that they're a little bit older here, trying to mold you guys into a team?
They just show us different angles of how the different speed, and they lead us in different roles that we have to play.
Mitch, what do you think the strength of this year's Panther team is going to be?
Well, Coach Alge's definitely going to get our offense moving, so that'll put some points on the board for us, but defense is always really strong for us if we work hard and get in shape.
Clay, just reminisce again on last year, just the explosive offense you guys had, and do you think that will carry over into 2013?
Yes, I do. I think our line is getting faster. They're doing their job harder. Yeah, Kenny. As long as everyone does their job, we'll be good.
Mitch, last year you beat Tiffin Calvert twice, beat Arlington twice last year, as a matter of fact, as well.
Mm-hmm.
You opened up the season against Calvert last year for the contract. Just what are your thoughts heading into that matchup?
Well, it's definitely the only game on our minds really right now because it's the first game of the season. We need to get that win. And, it's just the biggest game we're preparing for right now.
Prior to Calvert, who do you guys take on in scrimmages these next couple of weeks here, Clay?
We take on Patrick Henry and Hopewell Loudon.
Two pretty good programs. That'll give you guys a nice test before Calvert.
All right, thank you very much, Clay and Mitch. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, more from the Panthers on WOSN.
Our final segment with the McComb Panthers state semifinalists a season ago in Division 6. Mark Kuntz and Chris Parks, joined here by Andrew Nolf and Kenny Beaker. Let's start first off with you, Andrew. You guys graduated a ton of skill guys a season ago. You still have a couple of those guys coming back, but it seems like the bulk of the experience is on the offensive and defensive lines. Is that true? Kind of coming back?
Yeah, we definitely have not as much experience on the offense and defense, so we have a lot of young guys stepping up.
Okay.
So basically we just have me and Kenny taking over and trying to get these young guys with more experience.
Andrew, we've got to ask you, the haircut.
Well, last year the seniors, they all did blonde, but it's kind of been my thing. So, I just had the mohawk since I was a sophomore every season for football.
Do you think you can get any other teammates to try to do that this year?
I've tried, but I don't think they're on board with it.
Kenny shaking his head vigorously.
Absolutely not.
Kenny, we've talked a lot about the offense. Let's talk about the defensive side of the things for the McComb Panthers. What can we expect from your D?
We're going to be fast like always, and we're out here working hard. That's something to always expect from McComb.
Will we see a lot of blitzing out of your defensive linemen, your linebackers? Will be in a real aggressive defense like we've seen maybe in years past?
It'll be like it's been the past couple of years. We rely a lot on our D-line to do the work for our linebackers so they can get the tackles.
Andrew, as the defending BVC champions, do you guys feel like you have a target on your backs this year?
Yes, definitely. We have a target on our back. Everyone, they want to knock McComb off the top, and we just want to show them that we're going to come back this year and we're going to fight just as hard.
Kenny, out of the 14 games you played last year, what do you think was your favorite game and why?
I think Lipsick was one of my favorite games. It was definitely a hard-hitting game, and I expect the same from them this year. But we'll be ready.
20-19 win for McComb last year in that game.
You guys looking forward to making that trip over to Cleveland week 3?
It's definitely going to be something different. But, we're just going to prepare for the game. It's going to be a Saturday afternoon, but we're going to prepare for it, and we'll be ready for it.
What do you think you'll do that Friday night beforehand since you had that night off? You going to go to another game, maybe do some scouting, or you're just going to kick back and relax?
I'm not really sure what we're going to do yet. I know
you guys
probably
trying to get out of school that day, maybe?
Possibly. I know we'll probably review some plays and anything before we leave for Saturday.
Coaches have a plan. We'll follow with that.
Coaches will have a plan, and we'll follow it. That's what every coach would like to hear. I'd like to thank all of our guests today here on this McComb Panthers season preview. Sir, don't forget you can see that Week 6 matchup between the Arlington Red Devils and McComb right here on WOSN. For Chris Parks, I'm Mark Kuntz. We'll see you next time on the West Ohio Sports Network.